Hello, it's good to have you join us again on NASENI Milestones, where we navigate through science and engineering products and services available at NASENI Development Institutes across Nigeria. Some weeks ago, we brought you excellent and problem-solving creative electronic products designed, fabricated, and manufactured by the operational personnel of the Electronic Development Institute, ELDI. Awka. But there are significant ones that we were able to bring you then, which we intend to showcase today on this edition of the program. For instance, automatic switchover system for your homes, offices, and industries, stabilizers for the protection of home appliances, and of course, solar irrigation farm. The ICT department is rolling out communication gadgets. The staff also implement software, design, develop, repair, install, and assemble computers, among other engagements. The solar power and the electronic department has a lot to celebrate in terms of their capacity to excel in design and the development of solar mini and micro grids, street lights, soundproof solar power generators, and all kinds of creative smart gadgets, some of which are not in the Nigerian market for obvious reasons. These products are open for commercialization as SMEs are challenged to key in and of course leverage on these unique products. Now it's time we return to the Electronic Development Institute, ELDI, in Awka. The solid foundation laid by NASENI at ELDI, Awka, as one of its first research and development institutes, left trails of professionalism in the production process. First, let's see what ELDI has in the industrial and consumer electronic department of the institute.
My department, we design, produce, re-engineer consumer electronics. By consumer electronics, we mean most of those things we use, appliances used at home that consumers normally buy and need. From the first one here, we have a automatic changeover system. We know that we have so many changeovers in the market. So many people can build changeover. Anybody can build a changeover. And there are so many of them. But our own version, we made that one in such a way that we have something different from what we have in the conventional market. In this our own version, we change over from mains power supply to either a generator or to an inverter system. The another thing that is the feature our own has that others don't have, I don't think they have in the market, is that with our own feature, you can, with our own design, you can switch on your generator or your inverter remotely from here. You can switch it on when there's no light. Automatically, our changeover system switches on your inverter system or your generator system. And when the light comes on again, you can now switch the generator off, transfer, change over from the generator back to your mains. So you don't need to be going to on the generator, off it. When they bring light, change over, it does everything automatically for you. The only thing you need to just let everything just be on. Let their systems be ready, connect everything and switch it on. Then that takes care of every problem you have at home. Then even if you're not at home, you have a capability of, once you are not at home, we time it from so and so hour to so and so hour because it's automatic. From so and so hour to so and so hour because we assume in the afternoon nobody's at home. Even if they bring light or they don't, even if they take off your main power supply, the system will not switch on your gen because it will know that it's daytime. Maybe nobody's at home and don't need power to be on by the daytime. So that daytime it will not come on. It won't switch your inverter unless you manually put it on so that it can now put on your gen on in the afternoon. The PS. Our PS, we go to functions, maybe some hotels where they need sound systems, amplify their sounds. We have our public address system that people can use. In our churches too, schools. Well, they did for this one. When we designed this one, we targeted our schools. The lecture halls, where you have so many crowded hall, the lecturer will be speaking, nobody will be hearing them. They bought most of this from us, what they use in their schools. The lecturer now using it to talk, and the students can now hear what they are saying. So we targeted schools, churches, where they can be easily made use of. It's a public address system. Our stabilizer ranges from 1 kVA, 2 kVA, 3 kVA, and 5 kVA for now. We're designing on one for 10 kVA. But a better feature of our own stabilizer than the ones we have in the market is that our stabilizer can peak from 80 volts, as low as 80 volts. It switches from 80 volts. So even if the mains power supply fluctuates, when most stabilizers in the house, once it's below some 150, the stabilizer will go off. But our one, once it's at 150, and it gets down to 180, at 80 volts, it will still give you output and switch on your appliances and carries it very well. We've tested it over the years and we are using it. Even in our offices, that's what we are using. We've been selling them in the market too. Everything is done in Awka, in our office here. Even the casing was done in the office. Our materials, we buy everything in the market. Everything is sourced in the local. All our products is all of them in the local market, apart from few that we will import from outside the country, as in the components we use to produce our products.
Advanced manufacturing technology is embedded in any production process, and NASENI factored in that concept in structuring of its development institutes, making it imperative in the production forces of the NASENI family. Here are what ELDI Awka can offer in this respect.
Here is AMT Lab, Advanced Manufacturing Technology Laboratory. This is 3D printer. So what we do here is that we assemble any AMT equipment, just like this 3D printer, and use it to produce all these things you are seeing on the pictures, like this intricate plastic parts, like gear, bushing, and rest of them you are seeing here, many more. Just like what we are seeing being produced here. So how the 3D printer works is that it works with a software called Automaker. So the Automaker, what it does is that anything you design using system software, such as Pro-E, SolidWorks, or AutoCAD, you convert it to a language the 3D printer understands. And the language you understand is G code, which Automaker does. So when you convert it, then for the system, you use your USB cord to connect it to the system and start your production. Or you can copy it to memory card, just like what we are doing. So what we are doing now, we have copied this. We designed this. This is a mini trophy, a human trophy. So we have designed it, so we have copied into a memory card, and now the 3D printer is printing it. So we use it to produce any plastic part, something like Wexel, everything you are seeing there, all those gears, these are the work. And you work with this material. The material is called filament, plastic filament. So we have, this is A8 net 3D printer, and this is A-net 3D printer. They are the same. So they come in lockdown, we assemble them, and they are working perfectly well. So in here, we make use of this 3D printer to design any plastic packs, even phone cover, anything you design. All you need to do is design it using your SolidWorks, Pro-E, or AutoCAD, then use your Automaker to convert it to the language yourself, which is G code, then start your production. Either you copy it to a memory card or use your USB and connect to a system, just like we are doing here. Connect it to a system and start your production. And it comes with a verified finish, that whatever you design, look at it, it comes with a verified finish. These are things we have done. So this is what we use, a part of things we produce with here. You can produce a complete solid object or hollow object. Like this is a hollow object. Inside it is hollow, but it's covered. So this is like a screw. So what we use in a tank, just like what we are producing here, you can see in the system. So this 3D printer, what it does, it produces any plastic parts of any shape or sizes.
At ELDI Awka, the Solar and Power Electronic Department designs installation systems, manufactures solar inverters, street lights, provide training on programming languages, as well as designing and deployment of solar mini microgrids. The ICT department has ramped up its development programs encompassing planning, analyzing, and implementation of software design and development, repair, installation, and assembling of computers, plus research of ICT-related issues. The production department of ELDI is where products manufactured by the different units of the institute are replicated in large quantities. Mechanical prototypes for bolts, products, encasing of both metallic and plastic products are everyday concern of the personnel operating in this very important unit. The LD electric bulb is a breakthrough. Here is a bulb that has power capacity of 5 watts, yet its intensity is up to 60 watts. It's incredible.
What we do here majorly is that we encase any project that is being developed at the electronic section there. So we do the packaging, be it plastic or metallic packaging. So, and we have a different division units under it. So we major into electronics. So what we do here is just to give them support service in terms of packaging and encasements.
One of the most outstanding products of ELDI Awka is the soundproof solar power generating set. This is a concept with unique features not found in modern technology.
Just like the other generator that we see there, this one is solar. So what you just need to do is to get panel, and with this, the inverter is here, the battery is here, the charge controller, everything is in one unit. So if you buy it like this, you put it in your house, you will just buy the solar panel, connect it. There is a place to connect the solar, then there is a place to connect the AC means, maybe the NEPA too. So if you have it, you don't need to buy any fuel or service generator. And it does not have any noise since it doesn't have a movable parts. So it has a lot of advantage. Not very expensive. But if you buy it, you know that all the problems of a normal fuel generator is gone.
So this one can carry AC?
Yes, depending on the power.
Can carry a whole house. Instead of buying generator, just buy this and
just buy this and
connect it to the
solar
house.
panel.
Everything is working.
It will be
And you made this here?
yes, everything. In fact, everything.
And the casing here,
everything.
the casing was done here. Packaged it here.
So this is the output. So if you want to use a 13 amp plug, you put it in. If you want to use this other type of plug, you put it.
You're welcome to our solar irrigation farm. This is solar irrigation farm. I would say still under construction, but it's as good as finished. We've cultivated the crops, and this farm is expected to automatically wet the crops in the evening and in the morning with some sensors checking the soil moisture, checking the water at the subsoil and the topsoil to automatically activate the pump. At this hour of the day, the water system is not supposed to work by the program, but we're going to do a manual override so that you can see example of how the system sprinkle the water at the right time. So we're doing a manual override now. It's not supposed to be on now. We just did some planting. You can see some corns trying to come up. Here it's going to be rice, just small. We're going to have a rice farm in here. We already have corn. We already have vegetable, cucumber. We have okra and watermelon. They are all in here already. So in the next 2-3 months, if you come in here, you're going to see a very green, inviting farm. Here we have some R&D departments, namely robotics and embedded system. We have also power electronics and solar energy department. Also we have consumer electronics and medical electronics departments. Of course we have ICT, we have PCB production and some laboratories, AMT laboratories. We have also microelectronics laboratories. But generally what we do is that the engineers sit in their departments, have technical sections, brainstorms, and then do their designs on their system, transmit this design at the end of the day to the PCB people, produce the PCB before the PCB comes back to the engineers, who eventually might have gone into the laboratory, especially the microelectronics laboratory, to transmit or transform their design into a real life hands-on physical products.
Now, the beauty of these products by ELDI engineers and scientists is the uniqueness of the features prevalent in the configuration and the multiple capabilities of some of these products. This is a clear indication of this kind of Nigerian touch, if you like, and of course the sign of originality. The performance of Nigerians in science and engineering practice is rated all-time high, but the challenge has always been transition from the point of development to the industrial sector, where the products are required to be mass-produced prior to commercialization. Experts in technology development say that for any nation to make progress in all facets of national life, there must be a deliberate policy redirection to accommodate the fundamental role of technology in wealth creation, which could trigger success in the nation's application or development of materials and knowledge-based technology. Now it's time to bring in Professor Mohammed Haruna, the Executive Vice Chairman of NASENI.
Now, the institute is set off basically to do research and development in the areas of electronics and communication equipment. And despite the challenges of the past, there has been remarkable achievement. So many products have come out on that. One thing that I should say from the beginning is that it is part of the ELDI's mandate, Electronic Development Institute, to research and produce equipment of capital goods that uses automation, that apply the principles and concept, of course, of artificial intelligence in the production of things. For now, it is the only institute in this region that produces training equipment in the areas of computation, in the areas of communication, in the areas of the electronic digital circuits. These equipments are essentials because our challenge, we produce engineers who graduate and they are supposed to work in industries, but they have never seen this equipment before. Now, the production of this equipment that we are doing from our centers and ELDI of industrial grade, of industrial standard, are useful not only for industries that used to come to us in what we call retrofit. For example, you have some smart card, you have some electronic cards that is used in manufacturing and in your production line. Suddenly it's faulty. That component, you have nowhere, or you have difficulties in ordering it from abroad, or because of exchange rate, you come to us, we are able to study exactly what that component is doing to you. And we produce through different methods, different size, using different components, but will give us exactly the same output as the original. This will call retrofit. Now it is in ELDI that we conduct this research and development. And there are some industries that approach us and we provided solution in their smart card and some electronic cards in the control and automation equipment like that through this method. Now, the component you have seen in logic gates, microprocessors that we produce locally, automation devices, and other modules of electronic training. As I said, so many engineers graduate from our universities without even seeing this, that they are supposed to use and understand it. Now we produce this for industrial consumption and uses it also for training. the trainers and the students as well. In Electronic Equipment Development Institute, Awka, we also develop what we call light emitting diode, high efficiency lighting bulbs with complete fittings in such a way that these fittings are made of plastic. They are not breakable and they are durable. But most importantly, the brightness, if I use brightness instead of the technical words that we call luminous intensity, how bright it is. 5 watts is brighter than even 100 watts incandescent bulb. That means you are saving 95% of energy if you use this 5 watts and having this luminous or brightness. Our 12 watts is more than 250 watts in terms of brightness, and then our 15 watts is more than 500 watts. So this is an innovation. And let me say that our light emitting diode is our local design, is our research and development, is brighter than most of the efficiency, light efficiency bulb you can buy in the market. Majority of the light efficiency in the market are even dangerous because they contain some gaseous products that if the bulb is broken, it's not good to inhale that in your environment. So when that happens, you need to quickly dispose. Now, Electronic Equipment Development Institute, it is not only providing this research and development, it is a center where electronic product development training for Masters of Engineering program of Federal University of Technology, Akure, are taking the practical from us, because to intervene and ensure that students have graduate with some hands-on experience in the universities, we cooperate and collaborate with Federal University of Technology, Owerri, to ensure this. Among the products of Electronic Equipment Development Institute also are this automated process of the production of hatchery for poultry farming, in which you don't need to interfere in terms of temperature control, in terms of operation with a little human interference in the production, including the collection of eggs and even feeding. Let me say also that we have been having challenge generally in the system. It's not peculiar to LD, that several products are not taken to the market, or SMEs are not doing mass production, or are not coming to take it to the market. But one thing that is successful is that the high efficiency light emitting diode lighting system has gotten market enough in such a way that we are not able to meet the demand. Now, that is the reason of these challenges. So many reasons in Nigeria. You show it's one of the reasons, I believe, is absence of venture capital, that will see a process that is proven and the result is obtaining for the investor, willing private sector to get some capital, some seed money as it is elsewhere, in order to establish. So typically, Nigerian investors prefer to go to China, India, or anywhere where one bottling system is working. You just buy it and come and without any local input. He doesn't want to invest and innovate anything. He prefers to be doing the way it is done there elsewhere. Now let me tell you, the LED we are doing in ELDI, we have proposal, interest expressed by Chinese to do this mass production, but we refuse. We want it to be locally made. They are interested in that. We prefer to have an indigenous investor than a foreign on this product. I assure you, with the attention that the federal government, under the leadership of President Muhammad Buhari, has given NASENI in terms of our funding, we are establishing a pilot plant for a production of at least, in terms of energy, of 23 megawatt of light output per annum for an investor, and we are inviting other private sector. They can join hand with NASENI to do it. By our mandate, we can collaborate, we can work together, we can invest together with the private sector. If they don't come, we'll still do it as a proof of concept that this thing is commercially viable, is profitable, is technology oriented, can generate employment, and most importantly, you can have all this locally instead of importing them from elsewhere.
And that's our program for this week. Thank you for watching and be a part of Homegrown Technology Initiative. I believe in it, so let's do it together with NASENI. I am Kierian Umeayo. Thank you for watching.